So I'm heading out. Been a crazy morning so far. The excavator that I rented last night, they don't even carry. So we threw some of the trash from the truck in here, but so aggravating morning thus far. So we're out here at our property for this morning that we were working at yesterday, but we cut down these shrubs because I didn't leave in the notes to just trim them back real far, and so we cut out 4, 5, 6. So we've got to run and go buy some more. But this is for size reference when we go. That's how big the shrubs are. So we've got to trim up the tops of these shrubs, and all around them you can see they're not trimmed perfect yet. And then these shrubs all on the side all need to be cut down below the windowsill. So they're gonna look pretty crummy for the first little while. You can kind of see this is the height that they're having to be trimmed to. So then they just get trimmed like this all the way across. So that's what it should look like. And we just go around the whole property. I want to say there's 4 hedges like that. But just look at that slide back there. Amazing. So, let's see how they get their fence open. You can see there's hedges all the way around the sides here. We have to cut below the windowsill. And then just look how beautiful all of this pool is in this back area. But, so we're getting all this cleaned out, and then over in one of these sides, she left us a project management video for, I believe it was these shrubs that she wanted vines taken out. So the guys have already kind of started on that. Just look at how beautiful this backyard is. But so this is first project of the day, getting it knocked out. Me and Joey are gonna run to Lowe's while Rick finishes up these bigger shrubs out here. And so getting it knocked out, getting it done. So this is the other side of the hedges over here that we've got to trim back. You see I need to go down a good 2 or 3 foot over here. Kind of see the windowsill there. So gotta trim those out. It's a really beautiful property. But there's the pool again. So goes all the way back in there. Got a pool and a boat and everything back there. So he wants a price to like trim up the bottoms of these trees all out here. And so that'll be a separate quote and a separate visit, but that's what this property looks like. So first one of the day, we're running Lowe's. So we grabbed these shrubs. So we were actually able to find a wholesale supplier where now we'll be able to offer like nursery services in the future. So we got these shrubs for the price that we got 6 shrubs for the price normally one would cost from where we buy it from. So we got them pretty cheap. I think they're like $9 or $10 a piece, and they're good sized shrubs. So anyway, we bought those. We went to Tractor Supply and grabbed our chains that we've been needing. So we needed these chains in order to be able to pick up the excavator. So we've got a bunch of different parts here to be able to assemble these ratcheting chains. So we got a bunch of trash in the back of the truck. But anyway, we've got these chains. We're supposed to pick up the excavator at 1, and it's in Tallahassee, which is about 30 minutes away. So trying to finish up here. I think it's around 10:30 or so. And so I've been hedge trimming over here on these shrubs, which they don't look super pretty as you trim them, but I gotta finish up. You can see kind of in that back area, but then it should stay pretty full in here, hopefully, where it'll still look like she has a shrub. But trying to finish this up. We need to get done by like 11:30 in order to be able to get to the excavator in time. So just trying to hustle. I'm about to call him and see about the rental. So I just called to, I had to change the reservation for the excavator. So they said that they had it in our town, which is Thomasville, but they didn't this morning. So I just had to call and change the reservation. So I'll have to pay again, and then they'll just refund what they've already charged me. They charged me in advance before they picked it up, I guess. So anyway, I'll get that refund, and then we're gonna have to run up there around 12:30 or so to go get that. But we picked up these chains. These chains ended up being like $400. It's like ridiculously expensive just for chains. But I mean, these will have them. So finishing this up real quick. Finishing up here. It's taking a little while. I'm about to cut this shrub to down around that height, but it's just taking a minute. It's like 11:30, I want to say right now, so we're going to be late picking up the excavator. We've got an hour and 10-minute drive, plus we've got to hook up the trailer and everything and set up our chains before we can get it. So we're going to be picking it up at like 2 or 3, it looks like, after lunch and everything. But trying to get this knocked out where we can run, go grab it. And we still got yards and gutter cleaning and things this afternoon, but trying to get it done. So we're still working on that monster shrub over there. But she wanted a quote to install straw in all this area, so that's why we haven't cleaned it out super detailed. But you can see there's still some kind of leaves in there or whatever. But so she wants straw installed in all of these front landscape beds, and what we'll do is we'll take a redefiner tool, which digs like a 3-inch trench that's about that wide, and it kind of edges out the bed for us. So we'll redefine all these landscape beds all around there. These ones out front, and then she wants these shrubs here to be removed, and she wants these knockout roses. She wants 1, 2, 3, 4 installed. She wants to leave this corner here, install 1, 2, 3 knockout roses. She wants this corner here to have 1, 2, 3 knockout roses, and then 2, 3 more shrubs here, 1 more in between those 2. And then we dug up one here. She wants a new one installed here. And then straw for this whole area. So we're gonna have, I'm gonna say 75 bales of straw, which is around $750 in straw. And then we'll also have 4 knockout roses. Say 5 knockout roses, just because I feel like they're gonna fit here, and if not, then we'll have an extra and we can refund it. So 5 knockout roses, and then we're gonna have 10 of these shrubs. We're replacing that one and a few others. So 10 sunshine laurugustrum shrubs. So that's the project management video for this property. We're finishing it up. They've already finished in the back there. I can see if I can't zoom in where you can see the other shrubs that they were working on. So you can see way back there, they trimmed up those shrubs and kind of separated them where they can see some delineation between them. So getting this cleaned up, we'll probably install straw, maybe today's Tuesday, Thursday, possibly. So I'm gonna type up the quote and send it to her now.
There's a lot of these like bees up in here.
So it's 1:17, we're still finishing up. We finally got these bushes cut down below the window. So you can see now they're cut back to how they're supposed to be, so it should be good to go. We're gonna do a walk through and get it out. The job's taking forever. Our shoulders are all like dead from holding those hedge trimmers, so finishing up and moving out. Dump trailer's dead, so we may wait to dump it till tomorrow. Spending more money. So we've got all of the chains hooked up. You can see they're hooked up down here, and there's the rest of the chain that's attached to them. We got these blue hooks on the end. They're all kind of intertangled, so we've got a mess back here that we got to clean up this afternoon. We got the trailer hooked up and ready. We have trouble when we go to fill them all up, just because they're so long that it's hard to fit the truck in at the gas station. But we just kind of center it up as best as we can. But pumping gas, trying to get on our way. We got about 45-minute drive to the place to go get the excavator, and then we can head back here. So we just got the United Rentals here to pick up this excavator. We had to drive like 40 minutes to get here, so I had to grab it and take off. So we're at the second property for the day. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have them drop me off here, and so they're gonna go knock out some yards while I start digging up this stuff with the excavator. So This is the one that we picked up. We picked up the smallest one they've got. It's only like 4,000 pounds. I think it's 3,000 pounds. It can lift 4,000, they said, so it should be plenty to pull all these out, hopefully. But these are what we're burning out, or pulling out. Looks like they've burned them. They said they tried to burn them down or something, so we've got that bed there. Got this bed here. And we've got this bed over here. So hopefully these will come out pretty easy. They're looking pretty big just from looking at them here. But I don't know for sure. Hopefully they'll come out pretty simple. The only note that they had to us was to watch out for these drains here. So they've got some of those in here, but we'll just have to keep an eye out for them. So get this cleaned up, and maybe we can even upsell them on some straw or something. But getting it done. So it wouldn't have hurt to have the bigger excavator. As you can tell, it kind of struggles to dig it up. And it's going to take a little longer, but they've got a ton of azaleas out here. So you can see they've got probably 100 azaleas. And I'd say it's going to take down a minute or two each. So we've got a few hours of digging out here. But we'll get it knocked out and get it cleaned up and finished. But just got out here. Let Rick run the machine for a minute before they run and go do their yards, just so you can have some experience running. So get it knocked out. Just burning out here on this one. Since this one's a little smaller, it's easier to burn on. So still pretty good with it though. So the only bummer about the excavator is that when we rented it, we put in the reservation for 1 o'clock, but didn't end up getting there till like 4 o'clock. So it's like 5:20 now, but we didn't end up getting there till like 4 o'clock, which means we're not going to be able to use it till 4 o'clock tomorrow. We're gonna have to return it by 1 o'clock tomorrow. But you can see I've got this stuff kind of dug up here. So the majority of this bed's dug up. The only stuff that isn't is this stuff right here through the center. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 azaleas in the center here. But I got the other nearly 60 out already. So I've been on this job, timer says, for about 20 minutes. So getting it done, it's not taking too terribly long, but getting it cleaned up. The excavator's doing pretty good. As long as you're pretty quick with the bucket, even though it's not as powerful, as long as you just do kind of quicker strokes, then it works pretty well. So, let's see. I've got my timer on the other phone. So we have our jobber system that does all of our systems for us. And so I could show you how to run this real quick too. So when running a mini excavator, you can start it there. And if it's not starting, it's most likely because your handle isn't down. So once you start it, you can lower it down. And you can see on the side, there's a little lock button. You have to push this red knob all the way down. And then on the right-hand side, you have your bucket down and up. Left side is out and in. On the right hand side, when you push the thing, the handle to the left, it curves your bucket in. To the right, it curves it out. And when you curve the right side, that's your boom swivel back and forth. So then when you're driving, you've got these handles down here, and you can flip up these feet pedals like that, and then you can drive with your feet. But I normally just use the hand operated part because it's easier. Then you've got your throttle back here. But that's how to run them. They're pretty simple and they're real nice. So I'd like to buy a small one like this eventually, but right now it makes more sense to just rent it, just because we don't use it enough to justify buying one. So you can kind of see the pipes in there, and so we have to make sure not to hit those, but it's going to be hard because we have to dig up all the azaleas around it. But it'll be alright. Just makes it a little bit more challenging. But this is the next bed that I just moved to. I already finished that one over there for the most part. So when they bring the dump trailer in the morning, we've got the excavator till 1, so they'll just load it up in the morning between 8 and 9. Load up the dump trailer, go dump it, and then haul the excavator back. So we'll probably leave around 11 to take it back tomorrow. So I'm on the third bed now, and what I'm doing is I'm trying to take the bucket. So there's a blade at the bottom down here, and you can use it to kind of scrape. So if you lower it down, you get to the edge of your bed, and then lower it down about level, and then you just kind of adjust the blade as you go. And that way, when you scrape it, you can kind of come out with a little bit evener of a path do that, you can get, so I've got those two cleaned up, but by doing that, it makes it a lot easier for kind of cleanup because you have just piles that are a lot simpler. So I've done all that I can out here. It's maybe 6:30, but you can see I've kind of dug everything up. So I've got piles. Everything's loose at least, so it's real heavy just because of all the dirt on it. But once we get, you can kind of see, once we get all that stuff up, if we just scrape it out, then it should be pretty level. So what he's wanting to do long term is install sod here. So we gave him a quote for sod, but he turned it down and said not to do it right now, just to save money. But what I may do is kind of see if there's a way that we could do it like in 2 sections or something like that, or maybe give him a discount if we're going down to pick some up anyway at some point. So this is the other bed that we've got dug up, but now is kind of the time that you'd want to plant sod between now and spring. And so, because then while it's dormant, it kind of wakes back up to the new year, and in spring it doesn't realize it was moved. But here I kind of put the piles in bigger piles. I didn't do this in the other areas just because it's so much harder to get up, just because the excavator isn't super powerful. So I've got all these piles through here, and I have, let me see how many hours I have on the clock. Alright, I have 1 hour 14 minutes on the clock, you can see there. So I'm gonna mark that complete for today, and then when we come back out tomorrow, we'll finish this up. But I'm pretty happy with what all we got done. We got a good bit done today. The guys are out doing some gutter cleaning and mowing a few yards, and they should be back in time for this job. So what I'm gonna do is I'm kind of gonna straighten up and maybe clean off the excavator some for tomorrow. So we're all ready to go. We used, let's see how much gas we used. So we used 2 bars of gas, it looks like. So that's not awful. He said it uses 2.5 gallons of gas per hour. I ran it for an hour, hour 14 minutes. So about 2 3/4 gallons of gas. So say 15, 20 bucks in gas. Plus I've got the rental of the excavator, which was $340, but we'll get a refund for the cleaning fee, so say $275. So say $300 in the job other than labor, and then got an hour out here and probably another 3 man hours tomorrow to get everything cleaned up. So not bad. It'll be pretty good money, I think, getting this cleaned up. But I'm gonna measure this out, kind of see how much sod we'll need from here. But other than that, I'm all through. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36, 39. So it's 39 by 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36. Say 20, say 30 by 30, just to be safe for this bed. And the others are all a little smaller. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24 by 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. So 24 by 21. And then this final bed is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30 by 3, 6, 9, 12, 14,